Can you believe it's year end? I mean, seriously, we blink and the year goes by. And I'm always reminded at this time of the year of the country western song that says the days are long, but the years are short. So I'm curious, what came to mind when you heard me say, it's year end again? You know, some people think, wow, this was the best year ever. I killed it. Or some people may think, worst year ever, it almost killed me. Or maybe you're like a friend of mine who's a teacher, says she spends almost the entire school year making a list of all the things she's going to do in the summertime, only to not start the list until the end of the summer, and then nearly kills herself as she's trying to wrap her summer up strong. So I use that same analogy for our year. You know, years ago, we had a retreat at Tiller-Hewitt where our wellness coach led it, and we all created what is called a vision board. Now, for visual people, you probably already know what that is. So that's literally building a board of pictures of what you want to accomplish by the end of the year. It could be a big money bag. It could be a body that's, a lot different than what yours is today. So it could be whatever your vision is. And interestingly, one person on our team said that year she accomplished every single thing on her vision board. So there's a high likelihood that she is a visual person. Different than if you have a goal sheet and they're all written in words. There's something about seeing that picture that you can just really get yourself into that scene. Well, I want to talk to you today about two things: finishing your year off strong and starting your new year equally strong, or maybe even stronger. Now, we have all of our liaisons complete what we call a year in review. And you can download a sample of it. And this is basically where liaisons list the accomplishments that they've received or that they've completed throughout the year. Now, I will tell you, it's not an easy task when you're doing it for the first year, because we don't do a good job of keeping track of all of our accomplishments. But I promise you that if you can't find it, if you can't just roll off the end of your tongue all the accomplishments that you have done over the year, no one else in the organization can. So it's up to us to keep a list, a repository of all of our accomplishments so that we can add them all up and put them on this one page. Did you hear me? One page. And then on the other side, you'll put the data to show the volume that you've shifted over to your organization. So this is the what you did, and this is the what happened because of it. All right. So this is how you wrap up the end of your year. Now, again, it's going to be somewhat time consuming for the first time, but you will have built a template. So now you'll know what to watch for and how to keep better notes moving forward. And now I want to talk about opening up your new year strong. And that starts by establishing your vision board, whether it's a goal sheet or it's literally words written on this document. We like this best year ever goal sheet and what we use in our Make It Matter, our 3-day workshop, because it talks about the goals and the reasons why you're doing it and what are some steps that you're going to have to take to achieve it. And then what are the likely obstacles? There's always those obstacles that get in the way, like the 3:00 afternoon hunger call that blows your diet every day, and then a completion date. So when you accomplish all this, you'll have lots to put on your year in review at the end of this year. Now, one thing that is always part of my goal list and should be a part of yours is improvement. How can you improve yourself to continue to grow within the organization or to grow professionally, to make sure that your position within the organization as highly as you should be? For example, one question I always ask is, who do you report to? Because when we stand up liaison programs, our liaisons report right to the C-suite, whether it's the CEO or the COO, and maybe you do as well. But are you making sure within your organization that they're seeing the results that you're driving to your organization? So one thing I always put on my goal sheet is something that's going to improve me, improve my skills, to sharpen my saw. So maybe this year, you too need to put that on and maybe attend one of our workshops. we go through all this. We have a whole day of goal and strategy on a personal level before we spend 2 days on tactics and on really sharpening your saw. So there you have it. We're at the end of the year. You're going to wrap it up and put a bow on it. You're going to launch your new year to be your best year ever again, if this year was. And then you're going to do something that is going to help you grow professionally. Why not come and work with an organization and with trainers who literally work with, coach, manage, lead liaison teams every single day? I hope we'll see you next year in one of our workshops. If we don't, know that we still think you're the greatest ever, and you go out there and make yourself matter. All right. Happy New Year.